Young, beautiful girl, this is what I want you to do in your 20s. This is what I want you to do in your 20s. In your 20s, I want you to prioritize yourself. I want you to have friends that are outside of your profession. Have friends that work at a bank. Have friends that are pursuing law degrees. Have friends that work in healthcare. Keep your circle different. I want you to never loan a man money. I don't want you to give him money. If he's not your husband, I don't want you giving him $1. Every money, every penny that you earn, you keep for yourself. You give it towards your family. I don't want you giving it to a man. I want you to notice those red flags in your partner or in a potential partner, and I want you to validate them. I don't want you to go through them. I don't want you to go through them twice. Validate them. Be okay with moving on. Be okay with being lonely.
Health is subjective. Your 20s are hard. Really hard. An apology without change is actually just manipulation. If you're not seeing results in the gym, it's because you're not eating enough protein. You will never, ever, ever regret taking the high road with anything in life. Look up the different benefits of different teas, pick a couple, and drink them every night, according to the benefits that you need. Someone's presence makes you better. Keep them around, no matter what. Denim, leather, and suede will never, ever go out of style. Ever. Your definition of healthy is always going to be different than somebody else's definition of healthy. Grow closer to people that share your same morals and values. To my ladies, bee pollen will help your upper region. You know what I mean? Find a pair of jeans that work for you, your body type, your body shape, that work for every occasion, and just keep repurchasing them. Maybe in every color if you can. Salt is very, very good for you, and flaky sea salt makes absolutely every single meal better. If your grandparents are still alive, call them or write them. They do not have as much time as you. Be kind. Just be kind.
Man, I wish I knew this in my 20s, because this would have saved me a lot of overthinking. I would have taken more risks in life, and I would have made way more progress in certain areas of my life way quicker. And that is this. People do not look at you, talk about you, or think about you nearly as much as you think they do. And the one or two people who do, who cares? Let them keep admiring you, because they got nothing else to do with their time. Because we spend so much time, we waste too much time obsessing over all of our embarrassing moments and our mistakes and our cringy moments, when I promise you this, just try this. Pick someone in your life. You don't even have to be that close to that person. And for 30 seconds, try to name as many embarrassing moments of that person as you can. You probably can't think of that many. And if you did think of any, be honest. How many times did you think of those moments before I asked you to in this video? So what I'm trying to say is this. Look, it's 2024, all right? Go out and take more risks in life. Go out and live the type of life that the 80-year-old version of you would look back on and smile like it's your favorite movie.
These are the 5 financial things that I wish I did sooner in my 20s, because if I had, I would be much further along than I already am. I wish I opened a stocks and shares ISA way, way earlier, because tax-free compound interest is by far the best way to save money. I wish I'd focused on ensuring my credit score was as close to perfect as possible. While I hate the credit score system, it will help you massively. Having a perfect credit score gets you better credit card deals, better mortgage deals, better car finance deals. Even though personally I don't agree with car finance, but if that's your stream, it will get you a better deal. I wish I'd started a private pension sooner, because working until I'm 70 and then getting your measly state pension is not my portion at all, and it shouldn't be yours either. Also, the tax benefits are crazy, and the government will give you 25% on top of whatever you've saved. I wish that I'd gotten a rewards credit card earlier so that I can actually benefit from the money that I spend regularly. Do you know how many more holidays I would have gone on if I knew that the rewards from a credit card could end up paying for my flights? Finally, I wish that I'd signed up for the rewards cards at the shops that I shop in frequently, because those savings definitely add up. That's my personal list. But if there's anything that you think I've missed, drop it in the comments for someone else to learn from.
Advice for women in their early 20s. Use your early 20s to experiment with your look. My style in my early 20s is completely different than my style and my look now. But I'm just glad that I had that time in my early 20s to really just experiment with my look. So definitely use that time to experiment. Experiment with what hairstyle suits you best. Experiment with what jewelry suits you best, what clothes suit you best. Use your early 20s to find hobbies and just overall things that you enjoy doing. I know a lot of people kind of promote just going and partying, clubbing, doing all these things while you're in your early 20s, but don't feel pressured to do that. Actually find activities that you enjoy. If you like tennis, Pilates, find a hobby, find things that you enjoy, but you don't necessarily have to be out clubbing and partying during your early 20s to have fun. Date with intention. Just because you're a little younger, that doesn't mean that you just need to date just for the sake of dating. There's nothing wrong with dating with the intention of settling down at an early age. Just make sure that you're dating people that have the same intentions and qualities that you're looking for.
In your 20s, doesn't matter if it's your early, mid, or late 20s, these are your years to build. If you do things correctly, your 20s will set you up for the rest of your life. So I made this video specifically for the teenagers, but it's really just to say that your 20s, mentally prepare yourself, because this truly will be your make or break period in your life.
A lot of people struggle in their 20s, particularly in this day and age, because of the curse of comparison and because we live in a culture of curated perfection where you're constantly comparing yourself to your peers' filtered appearance on Instagram and the life that they seem to be living. So we're comparing our insides with everyone else's projection of their outsides. But for many people, it's the first time that they've come out of full-time education and come out of a system of exam and reward. And there's no exam that you can sit to show that you're being a good grown-up. So you feel quite lost. Plus, piling on top of that, the pressure to find your passion, to like make a career for yourself, but also to earn enough to pay your rent, living in house shares, like just trying to make your way and trying to forge your identity in this day and age. It's just so hard to do all that at once. And then you're like, oh, and I should be having like a thriving personal life, and I should either be in a long-term relationship or having one-night stands and making Footloose and Fancy Free and drinking loads, and then at the weekend making vegan brownies because I got to watch what I eat and all of that sort of stuff. And it's exhausting. I think a lot of us fall into the trap, and I did too, of believing that we had to have our life sorted out by then. And actually your 20s are a decade of transition, of discovering who you are, of grinding. And the older you get, my experience has been, the more you know yourself and the more you know what you want to do. And that's where success lies.
I believe 18 to 22 is your time to grind. Like really grind, put your head down, work as hard as you can. You're young, you're healthy, you have so much energy. And then when you start to get a little older and you figure it out, because of the hours that you've put in, you figured out your business and you figured out your pursuit finally, then you can start to work a bit smarter and pull off the reins a little bit.
By age 20, you should be old enough to realize this. Number 1. Life is 100% better when no one knows anything about you. Number 2, you're at peace with yourself when you mind your own business. Number 3, you shouldn't take advice from people who are not where you want to be in life. Number 4, life doesn't wait for you to be okay. Get up every day and keep pushing through. Number 5, never force anyone to choose you. Number 6, master your emotions. A calm mind can handle any situation. Number 7, to avoid disappointment, you need to take people for who they are, not for what you want them to be. Number 8, everyone will show you who they are, just give them time. Number 9, ensure you take good care of yourself. If anything happens to you, the world will move on. Number 10, nobody cares. Work hard to get better every day. Number 11, if you don't work to build your own dream, someone will hire you and give you a purpose. Number 12, free yourself from society's advice. Most of them have no idea what they're doing. Number 13, you need to be smart enough to create your opportunities. Don't wait for them to come to you.
And so obviously you don't want to work all the time because your 20s are your 20s. But I do think you want to work harder than most people think you should. And I think that if you do that, you tend to benefit from it later. Life is super unfair. Sometimes you also just get unlucky. And so all you can do is kind of maximize chances there. But I do think that working hard early in your career to get the leverage and the compounding effects is underrated and one of the most valuable pieces of advice that I never got.